Aloha guys, Molly here from Discover the Big Island Real Estate. I'm here with my referral partner, Michael, and today we have a very exciting interview and talk about all of the people that we have helped during 2022. We're coming to the end of the year, and we wanted to thank all the people that have watched our episodes, our live episodes, be part of the Facebook group that we have online, and also be part of our real estate family. So today we have a couple of people that Michael had the opportunity to help on the east side of Hawaii, and we're going to go over the properties and give a little bit of a brief story of how the purchase of the property happened. So, Michael, I'm going to go ahead and go onto the MLS and start
Okay.
putting the MLS numbers, and then we can continue to talk story about that specific
Sure.
purchase. Will you like that?
Sure.
All
Yes.
right.
No, that's perfect. I think I felt like this topic is really timely. So thank you, Mally, for allowing time for this. But I just want to thank people for allowing us to come on their journey with them as they purchased here,
We are
and
very
mostly on the east
blessed
side.
to say the least. We're bringing them to paradise,
Yeah.
and the fact that they're trusting, the process. It's just beautiful. So I have logged in into the MLS, and we're going to go onto properties here in a minute. Here. Okay, my friend. So we're starting with this MLS seems recent. So let me go ahead and plug this in here. Oh, it's not going. Let's see. Let's give it a shot. Michael, it's not
Uh-oh.
going. All right.
Which one
Well,
was
we're
that?
moving on to the second, to the
That was
other.
701
Yeah, for some
406.
reason it's not going. But look, let's go with this one first.
Okay.
So,
Well,
Michael, does this
this
property brings memories?
It does, as a matter of fact. Amali, that this was one of the first referrals I think that you handed over to me on the east side,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I think starting out, it was new for both of us. We didn't know what to expect. Just like the journey for someone that's purchasing here, it's new for them. They don't know what to expect. So uh, it, it was actually a really great interaction with clients. They were here. We looked at a bunch of properties. We actually made a few offers. They had to go back to the mainland, to settle things and get their own home up for sale before they did move here, which delayed the process a little bit. But at the end of the day, we were able to find a house that really met their goals, which was, they wanted a space for themselves and then for their son to be in. He was coming over here as well. So we found this really great property. It's an acre of land, not really on a through street, but the previous owners just did an amazing job, kept this property up. It really showed well, and I think that they're very pleased with the purchase here. So
And you know what,
it's
Michael? Also, how handy Tana's husband is, right? To
oh
where they wanted to
yes,
fix up the property, so they kind of bought a home where they could have also their creativity in
yes,
use, right?
yes, yes. I haven't been out there in a while. If they're watching, know that we're I definitely want to make a visit out in 2023 and see all the improvements that they've made on the property. It's always great to see things that they've done along the way. Um, but yeah, it got them here, and they've been pleased ever since. My understanding, I think Stephen has his own company now here doing
Yes.
handyman work, and I've been doing what I can, just to help out and send some people his way. There might be more coming, so.
Yeah.
But it was just this was heartwarming, and they become a really good friend. I enjoy talking to them, and even though we don't get together all the time, when we do, it's just like we pick up just from the day before, and I say that for most of the clients. I feel like that's just the way that it is. Yeah.
Right.
So
No, I
Really,
mean,
really
they
great.
scored it with this property, Michael. And, like you said, I mean, it brings back memories. And also, these were properties that were bought in a very competitive market. So winning,
Yes.
that's only like part of it, right?
Hmm.
Just kind of winning. Oh, look at this one. This one was ties, right?
Yeah, this was Ty's property, new construction on an acre of land in Hawaiian Paradise Park. She had her criteria. She wanted a white kitchen, you know, an acre of land. She had thoughts of doing, maybe an Airbnb or something like that on the property later on down the road. So, it, again, she was living on Oahu, flew over with her pups. We looked at properties. Um, and actually came back to this one, and this is the one that she landed on. So I think she's very, very pleased. Uh, as a matter of fact, a little side story with that, she just the other day I was talking to her, and she said, "Oh, Michael, I want to make some bread." I'm like, "Oh, okay," and she sent me a picture of the bread. And she's like, "Do you want some?" I'm like, "Sure, fine." So she dropped some off at my house.
Uh huh.
I just some right away. I had a sandwich. It was amazing bread. If anybody's interested, we'll send you the information. It was from a TikTok video, which I didn't know that you could make bread from a TikTok video, but uh, it's really good bread. So, Ty, if you're watching, love the bread. I'm going to make some myself.
Right. Oh, Michael, that is so awesome. And I mean, right now you're talking about, clients becoming friends, to
Mhm.
where, we hang out, right? It's like,
Mhm.
'cause we love people. So that's so nice that, she was able to bake you bread and, kind of keep in touch with you that way. But yeah, this one is a beautiful, beautiful property. Let's
Yeah.
go on to this
Do there's an
one.
Yeah, the one that you typed in before, I think I transposed the numbers. Try 701046 if you want. Or you
Oh,
go to
hold on.
this one.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah. Let me
having
let me go ahead and do it. Yeah. Let me what's
Okay.
going to, okay. So it is 70.
701046.
Oh, 46. Oh, 46.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Oh my goodness. This
Yeah,
one.
this was we talked a little bit about this before, but special find for a very special couple. Um, I hope they're okay with me. Their story was quite unique in how they were living. And my understanding, it was they were in an Airstream trailer for 5 years, driving around, and finally found some property um, in Marfa, Texas, where they wanted to settle down, and then just through circumstances realized that this was the place that they wanted to be. So we looked at a lot of properties, and they did their homework. This one, we've talked about it before. I applaud them because they were doing their homework day and night, and we're here on island. Their cars were shipped here. They were in a short term rental, and their goal was to find a house. And so they
Right.
worked day and night, and I think that's really great. They got to see so many different neighborhoods, and then we settled in on this one, which has some like living space enough for them with a nice big lanai, little room downstairs, great space for the workshop, another little unpermitted studio off the back of the property with its own rainwater catchment tank. It's tiny, it's super cute. Um, so yeah, yeah, the this they're just pleased with this one, and it was my pleasure to help them find something. So
Yes. And you know what? I mean, these buyers, from what I recall, they also had a very short time frame. They wanted to make things
yeah,
happen really fast. And there was a lot of properties, right, that were presented, but they were very specific. And also, I feel that during the process, when you and I were communicating on how to, proceed, um, the search was changing, right? And so to where fixer uppers were probably like more in the horizon, and then they started to look more to turnkey properties because they said, well, I mean, at first we wanted something to come in and work on it, but then
mhm.
they were like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
So they
Well, a
decided
lot
more
of
on a
people are like,
turnkey, which is, I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
and we
this is gorgeous. They scored on this one, in my opinion.
And
It's so beautiful.
yeah, this is a great place. Actually, I was just there the other day. They've completely repainted that downstairs room. It's
Wow.
just simple. They've got a bed in there now. And, just great. Really
And
is great.
it's
And
got the wow factor also, Mike.
yeah,
Look at this super inviting living room area, high ceilings, wrapped around
yes.
lanai. I mean, checks all the boxes.
It, what a funny little story with them. Susan was telling me the other day, she gets so mesmerized with the drive to the house down Kaloli, and it's got some little,
Oh,
little roads to it and everything. She's passed the road more than once because she's just so in awe of
she
everything
loves it.
around her. I'm like, okay, we scored. We scored
Right.
there. That's great.
Right. That's when you have done your job. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
we made it happen. Oh my goodness, Michael. I mean, we're going down to memory lane right now through all these
Yes.
transactions. Oh my goodness, Debbie.
Oh,
Do you want to
Debbie.
share? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I just cannot wait for Debbie to be here. I know she purchased the property, um, and she's having house plans prepared, and they're currently in the county for permitting. So once those are done, they'll get out there on the property and start clearing it. But she's just got some really grand ideas for this property in Hawaiian Acres, 3-acre parcel. Um, I think it's a great location. I know she's going to be very pleased when she is there. But she's always on our call. So hi, Debbie. This might be able to
Yes.
help you, and I
Oh my
can't wait to
goodness,
meet you in person.
she's the sweetest lady ever. Debbie, if
Yeah,
you're watching, we think the world of you.
and we
Yes,
cannot.
so super exciting property, ready for her to build her plans, right? For the
Yes,
property that she has in
yes,
mind.
yeah. She's got a house picked out and everything, and so we're
I
we're just
love
waiting
that.
on permits, and
You know
then the
what?
work's going to be.
And Michael, and we have invited Debbie also for her to come out and talk to the audience a
Hmm.
little bit about the process.
Yes. Which one is
Um,
that's? That's not one of my properties.
okay, so hold on a minute. That's the MLS that I got.
Oh,
Okay, so
what did I
okay,
say?
scratch that, guys. I don't know. I'm just moving on to the next one, Mike.
Okay, please
Okay.
do.
Oh,
I
our favorite
apologize.
guys. Look.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you're watching, I don't know if you guys recall Tracy and Todd, because that was a very very popular interview that we have on our channel, and we have even people wanting to connect with them. Like, where can I find them? And I'm like, well, how can I connect with them? Because they're so sweet.
Yeah.
But look at
Yeah.
this, Mike. I mean, this is wow.
It's a super cute little 2-bedroom house. Um, it's funny because it's small town. When I'm not going to get this story wrong on this one. I was talking to some people just the other day, and I think they do catchment tanks, if I remember correctly. And Tracy and Todd thought that they might have an issue with it, and so the person that I was talking to told me the story about how, in conversation, um, they were telling me that the folks that live just down the street, they were going to recommend somebody or something like that. But the folks that live down the street um, do rainwater catchment, and that person was like, "Oh, this sounds kind of familiar. Oh, that's Tracy and Todd. I know Tracy and Todd. They're great." Like, like my family or whatever that lives down the street that does the work, they know them. They absolutely love them. So
I
just
love that.
and I know I butchered this story a little bit, but bottom line is, it's a small town and everybody knows everybody here. And just through conversation, I wouldn't have expected that to happen. But, the person was like, yeah, I think it was the mom or something that owns the business, and they live a couple doors down and love these guys. So
It just said, how can you not love, Tracy and Todd? They're so personable and so sweet. But
yeah,
we're so happy that we connected, and you were able to help them, Mike, on achieving
yes,
home ownership here on the island. They're
yes,
now,
and
enjoying Hawaii and enjoying their
yeah,
piece of property,
yeah,
and this
and
is
that
so
was one
so
that
beautiful.
they yeah, as you recalled from the beginning, they were originally thinking of land, and then they couldn't find a rental, and they changed. So
Oh yes.
they were flexible through the entire process, and the end result is a super cute little house. I absolutely love it. Um,
Oh, so this is
oh,
one of your
and
very recent ones to where.
yeah, but this is from the purchase. So this was from our dear friend Lacey when she bought this house in Ainaloa.
Right.
Super cute little 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. I, I know she was really pleased to be there. Uh, she has since decided to go back to the mainland to be closer to family and friends, and so I'm just grateful when clients call and they're ready to sell, because it will happen at some point, or upgrade to another house, whatever it might be, and they remember you and they give you a call and say, can you help? And it's like, it's my
Right.
pleasure, happy to do so. Hate to see you go, but at the same time, happy to help. So yeah, her property actually is going to record tomorrow, so just in
Right.
time.
Oh my
And
goodness.
and if perchance she dials in and is listening to this at some point in time, I just wish her all the best. She's very special. She had 3 gorgeous dogs. And,
Oh.
yeah,
And
enjoyed
she's super sweet also, right?
yes,
She's super sweet lady. But you
very
know
easy.
what? Touching basis on that, Mike. Sometimes, even though we adore Hawaii, um, for some people, they have realized, especially when 2020 hit, they thought that Hawaii was going to be their home base, and they have now reconsidered to say, well, I may want to be closer to family or closer to friends. I'm very very far away from them, and I just rather sell and move on, right? And we
Yeah.
do face a couple of those situations, on the
Mhm.
selling and on the buying side for you and I, Michael. But like you said, it was a
Yeah.
pleasure to be connected with her and help her through this
Yes. Yes.
transaction.
I'd always look at it. It's like she did it while she could, and that's great. You know,
Exactly.
uh, and she's had that
Exactly.
experience. So I hope that it was a good one for her.
Right. Well, then we're moving on to. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember this one.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, this
Michael.
was Michael Amazola. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, he bought vacant land and has actually cleared some of it. I have not had a chance to go see what he's done with the property. I did drive by it the other day, um, and I texted him, but he didn't get the text in time, and so I had to continue on. I had a few other appointments to get to, unfortunately, but um, I'm super excited that that he found a property that he likes. And I know some other neighbors on the street. I was hoping to introduce him to them as well, because we've talked about that before. That's super important, just to get to know your neighbors. And so I'll be checking in with him here right after the new year and see how he's enjoying it. But I, I, it was a pleasure to help him. And I remember when we closed on the property, he had to stop the conversation for a brief second. He's like, Michael, I'm just really emotional right now.
No.
And I get it. I totally get it. I mean, it's a dream, and it's come true. And so that was really touching. And so I can't wait to see what he's done with this property.
Right. No, it is such. Exactly what you said. A lot of people sometimes they get so emotional, right?
Hmm.
When the transaction has ended, they're like, "Oh my
Yes.
gosh, did I really do this?" And I think
Yes.
we can speak of this one, right, as well, to where
Oh,
these
yeah.
clients, right? It was almost the same situation.
Yes, Elena and Drew coming from
Mm-hmm.
California. Oh my gosh, they were here. We looked at a ton of properties. They went back. It just another one of those things, just issues with the sale of their home in California before they could actually make the purchase here. But meanwhile, I I want to thank them for entrusting me on to go out on their behalf and look for properties. I felt like we spent enough time together that we got to understand each other and what really would work for them and fit for their family. And this property came up, and I think they had an offer on it, and then it fell through. And so when it came back on, she contacted me and said, "Michael, can you go look at the property?" And I did. And I think from the moment that they saw it, they're like, "That's it," you know. And been very pleased. Their son's in a Montessori school, and my understanding is like there's a lady that runs one across the street, just down a couple doors, and they just met all the neighbors. They're all on, you know, text messages together with each other, and so I think it's really worked out well for them. And I'll be checking in with them here shortly just to see how things are going for them.
Yeah, I mean, and exactly what you said about them. This was a search and a purchase that was not the easiest one,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I mean, you found them a spot that fitted their pricing parameters, their
Yeah,
budget, their needs, and even though it wasn't easy, we made it happen, right? It's
yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, you guys, we wanted to thank you. This video we wanted to create for all the people that we were able to help and connect with. It's always a pleasure to assist to you in any way possible. As you very much know, Michael services the east side of Hawaii. I service the west. I'll be more than happy to help out, and same with Michael. He'll be more than happy to help out if you guys have inquiries about purchasing property on the east side. But yeah, this was a very very beautiful year, full of lots of adventures
Mm-hmm.
and happy clients, right? Happy
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I'm just blessed to be doing what I'm doing and helping people out and having clients become friends and helping them out along the way with not just did the day they move in, but months afterwards, years afterwards. And we may not get together all the time, but when we do, it's just this we have something in common and we can talk about it. It's just so interesting to see how they evolve, and they teach me something then too through all of this, and that they're learning and they might be learning things that I didn't know, and it's just we broaden our horizons uh, through those connections. So
Right.
thank you,
All right. Well,
everybody.
no, Michael, thank you. Thank you so much for being part of the journey of all the people that are wanting to transition to the east side. You guys, Michael has to run. He needs to go to the airport, literally, like run. So we
Yeah,
wanted to
I'm gonna
create
go.
this. Yeah, we wanted to create this little live stream for you guys. But if you have any questions or if you would like to reach out or add any comments, feel free. But for now, we say aloha. Thank you so much for being part of the family, and we look forward to connecting with you in the future. Aloha,
Yes.
guys.
Aloha, everybody.